So what does narcissistic rage really look like? So narcissistic rage can look like very extreme, quick to suddenly go from 0 to 100, but it can also look like silent treatment. It can also look like passive aggressive jokes. It can also look like suddenly unable to control their emotions. It can look like them telling you that you are rubbish and blaming the whole world on you as if it was your fault that they are upset. It could also be them saying that they are going to hurt themselves and maybe even hurting themselves because they just want to show you how much pain they are in and they don't know how to control or regulate their emotions. So, what can we do to avoid them getting into a rage? Well, it's important to know what it is that triggers a narcissist. What are the triggers that cause the rage in the first place? Well, one that often triggers the narcissistic rage is their low self-esteem, their low sense of self-worth. And if you expose that in some way, if they feel threatened, if you've maybe criticized them, if you've maybe given them some feedback, something that's kind of dug into their core, and they're suddenly in pain because you've made them realize that they're not as perfect as they thought they were. You've literally exposed them to something, even if you didn't mean to. And this is why you end up walking on eggshells so often, because you never know what actually can expose them. So it's worth looking out for these triggers in the narcissist. What is it that you can say that triggers the narcissist? If you don't want to trigger them, then you need to stay away from those triggers. And mostly these triggers are anything that can even slightly hurt a narcissist's fragile ego. Now, this could also be when a narcissist just doesn't get their own way. A narcissist wants to be in control all the time. When a narcissist isn't in control, that is when they feel that they are weak. That is when they feel that they are not good enough. By you saying, hey, we're going to do this today, and totally ignoring what the narcissist wants, this is going to hurt the narcissist. This is going to make them suddenly feel, because their plans have been changed, because things have happened out of their control, this is going to make them feel like their life is out of control. And this is a difficult one to avoid because we just can't predict the weather. We can't predict what's going to happen. We can't predict when a flight is going to get delayed or anything like that. So it's really hard when you're with a narcissist to kind of, be ready for this, but just be ready that if something does happen, that they could react, to make sure you are not the one standing in the way. A narcissist hates to be held responsible. If a narcissist gets caught doing something they shouldn't have done, maybe they've been lying, maybe they've been cheating, maybe they've been stealing, maybe they have just been dishonest in some form or another, someone exposes this and asks them to take accountability, to take responsibility, narcissists are going to get very upset because this is opening them up to vulnerability. And they are going to be so upset that they're going to suddenly try and twist it around. They're trying to project it on you. They're going to blame you. They're going to make it as if it was your fault. And if you hadn't been here, they wouldn't have done it. They're going to come up with so many reasons why they did this, as if it was you that made them do this, as if they had no free will to actually make this decision to do it. And yeah, to be fair, they probably did have very little free will. As a narcissist, someone who has unable to control their or regulate their emotions, they will react. And this is narcissists' rage, that it can be triggered by so many things. Finally, it could be embarrassment. Now, narcissists, they are so attached to this way that people see them. They're so attached to their status. They're so attached to the makeup they wear, to the false stories, to the whatever it is that they put around them, the masks, the bravado, whatever type of thing your narcissist has used. If you make a joke or someone embarrasses them or things don't go right or they fall over, rather than just picking them up and just accepting that that doesn't mean that they're a bad person, it doesn't mean that something's wrong, they take this the wrong way. They take this very personally because they are so fragile, and that ego gets so hurt when they feel embarrassment. Embarrassment, again, it just shows that narcissist how vulnerable they are, how, you know, how easy it is to crack that egg that they are, because their skin is so fragile. And if you're enjoying these videos, please follow for more. Swipe left and check out some more videos.